Hi friends, this week we're going to be focusing on lesson 55, which is adding suffixes to the end of words that follow phonetic skill number 5. So you already know how to add suffixes to words following the first 4 phonetic skills. In this lesson, you will learn how to add a suffix to words that follow phonetic skill number 5. If a word follows phonetic skill 5 and ends in one or more consonants, you will just need to know to add the suffix. So the first word that we're going to work with today is the word paint. And I'm going to write the word paint on my board. If you have a pencil and paper and want to practice with me, you can. So we see in my word paint that there are 2 vowels that are adjacent or next to each other. So we're going to mark our first vowel with an X, mark the second vowel with an X. When we see 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking and the second one stays silent. So that means we have to mark our I with a silent line, and our A is going to get a long vowel marking. We don't need to mark the N or the T at the end of the word because they're not guardian consonants. So my word is paint. I'm going to rewrite the word paint on the board so that we can add a suffix to the end of this word. So I want to turn the word paint into painting, meaning that I'm painting right now. It's happening right now. So all I need to do, because there are 2 consonants at the end of my word, is just add my suffix ing. And now that I've added my suffix ing, all I have to do to mark this word is underline the suffix. So now my new word is painting. If I wanted to add other suffixes to the word paint, all you would have to do is add the suffix to the end because there are already 2 consonants there. So here's my word paint again, and I want to use the word paint in a past tense, meaning that it already happened. So I want to say that I painted my bedroom yesterday. So because I'm adding ed, suffix ed to the end, I don't need to do anything else but underline my suffix, and I don't have to add any other consonants before I add the suffix. I'm going to give you another example of a word where you wouldn't need to add another consonant if you were adding a suffix to the end using phonetic skill number 5. So the word I'm going to use is toast. And in this sense, we are using toast as a verb. So I see my 2 adjacent vowels. I'm going to mark my first vowel with an X, my second vowel with an X. These are not guardian consonants, so they don't need to get any other marking. My second vowel gets a silent line, and then my first vowel gets marked with a macron. And my word is toast. But I want to say that I toasted bread this afternoon. So I already know that in the word toast, I have 2 consonants at the end of my word, which means that if I'm going to add my suffix to the end, all I have to do is just add the suffix. Toasted. And then just underline the suffix. Sometimes the adjacent vowels in a phonetic skill 5 word are at the end of a word. So I'm going to show you an example of a word where the adjacent vowels are at the end of the word. And the word we're going to be working with is the word glue. Please make sure you have glue written down on your paper if you're following along with me. So my word ends with a vowel. It does not end with a consonant. This is going to change how we're going to add a suffix to this word in a little bit. But the first thing we're going to do is mark this word as is right here. So I see a GL blend, so I'm going to give that an arc. I see my first vowel is U and my second vowel is silent E. I'm going to mark my silent E and mark my long vowel U. So my word is glue. If a word follows phonetic skill 5 and ends in the vowel E, follow the rules used for adding suffixes to silent E words. So, what the rule, if you don't remember, that rule says that we have to remove the E and then add the suffix ending. So I'm going to rewrite my word glue on the board. I want to say that I glued some paper together. The first thing that I have to do before I add my suffix is remove this E. And glued ends with the ED sound, so I have to add my ED suffix ending. And there is my word glued. The same is true for if you want to change the word glue to gluing. So I'm going to rewrite my word glue. Before I can add my suffix, I have to erase my E. And the word that I wanted to write was gluing. So my ING now replaces the job that E used to have. So now my new word is gluing. The next thing I want us to do is to prove a phonetic skill number 5 word that ends with IE. So my word that we're going to practice with is the word tie. Here is my word tie. It follows phonetic skill number 5, and we're going to mark it up now. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark my first vowel. I then mark my silent E, then a silent line, and a make run over my I for the word tie. If I want to change this word to past tense, meaning it already happened, and I want to say tied, I am going to have to follow that same skill we just learned about. So I'm going to have to rewrite my word tie, erase my silent E, and add my ED ending. And now I have my word tied. This time, we're going to add the suffix ing when adding ing to a word that ends in IE. You follow a different rule. So when we have a word that follows phonetic scale number 5 and the word ends in IE, and you want to add ing to the end of the word, we're learning how to do that. It's a new skill. Watch as I add ing to the word tie. First, I'll erase the I and the E. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to write the word tie. Now I'm going to erase I and E. Then I'm going to add the letter Y. It will say the sound of long I. Lastly, I will add the suffix ing and underline it. And now I have my word tying. So when we have a word that ends in IE and we want to add ing to the end of that word, we have to replace the IE with a Y. If you removed the E and added ing, you would see the letter I twice, which would look strange in English. Since the letter Y can act as a vowel, you will learn more about that a little bit later. Y replaces the I and E. I'm going to show you another example of a word that would follow this skill. So on my board, I have the word lie. I'm going to mark up my word lie. You will notice that the word lie ends in IE. I want to change the word to lying. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll rewrite the word lie. I need to erase the I and the E. And I have to replace that IE with a Y. It's going to make the same sound as the I. And then I'll add my suffix ing and underline. Lying. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit with phonetic skill number 5 and adding suffixes to the end of it. Please practice on those pages this week, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. Have a great week.